What's going on, everybody? My name is Dylan, and welcome back to Wrestle Whispers over here on the channel. This is the second video over here on this brand new channel, so I appreciate everybody tuning in. And today, do I have a topic for all of you? Today, we're going to be talking about WWE and this TKO partnership and why it is not good for you as a WWE fan. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Ever since this partnership has happened, it seems like WWE and TKO are pushing away the pure fans further and further every single time they open their mouths. I mean, every single time we hear from the executives over at TKO, it's about the green, right? The money, the money, the money. We've heard numerous times now and numerous reports about how these ticket prices are just going to keep climbing. At what point do they price out the true dedicated wrestling fan who can no longer bring their kids to an event? I feel like this is a very key, important factor that not that many people are talking about when it comes to the WWE right now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this graphic, and I'll put it up on the screen for you. We're going to be talking about TKO President Mark Shapiro, who had recently stated that Vince McMahon was primarily pricing tickets for families and wasn't focused on maximizing the opportunity to increase said prices like TKO is focusing on doing. Now, when I read this, I'm basically, obviously paraphrasing, but I'm basically reading this, and in my mind at least, I am hearing them say, you know what, Vince McMahon, he was a great businessman, and he did it for the fans, and he did it for those families who wanted to attend a live show. But you know what's a better idea? Us making as much money as possible. And he basically went out and he said that Vince McMahon was for the families. And you know what? If you guys had watched the WWE Unreal documentary, you guys would have already known that Vince McMahon's goal back in the day was to provide a $25 ticket so that anybody who was willing to was able to purchase a ticket to show up to an event. This is no longer the case. And we should know this for a fact. You just watch the product now, and every single time we have a wrestling event, there are more and more ad placements. And I understand that this is a business and this is what's going to happen. At the end of the day, businesses have to make money and make revenue for the company, right? However, there is a very fine line between running a business and operating it as a quote-unquote family business, right? Wrestling is always about the hard-working people who are willing to show up and spend their hard-earned cold cash to attend the events. But now it seems like at every opportunity, they're willing to sacrifice the fan experience simply for that dollar sign. Look at the ring mats. We now have ads on the turnbuckles, every corner of the ring, center of the mat, even outside the center, in between the four corners. I'm surprised we don't have them on the ring ropes yet. The barricades are full of advertisements. The announce tables now have LED boards where they can cycle out different ads as well. It's getting a little bit ridiculous. We also have the Slim Jim tables. Snap it to a Slim Jim table, baby, because every time you see your favorite WWE superstar go through that table, you're going to go want to buy a Slim Jim. I do think at a certain point it is a slap in the face to the fans. And not only did he talk about Vince McMahon, but he also went ahead, as if you guys know, obviously, TKO, WWE, UFC is all under one company now. So he also talked about the UFC. He says WWE lags behind UFC in ticket profits and still has work to do. WWE is not where UFC is on ticket yield, and we have some work to do here. Vince McMahon was pricing tickets for families and wasn't fully maximizing the opportunity cost. Now, obviously, We talked about the family aspect, but let's just quickly talk about this UFC aspect. Because UFC will go on after every single major UFC pay-per-views, which we all know that the UFC pay-per-view model is officially over with them inking a deal with Paramount Plus. However, we do know from reports with their ESPN deal that pay-per-views were actually down. They were down. They had a very hard time keeping up that pay-per-view model. But yet, they're somehow still getting record gates, selling out arenas. I wonder why you're getting a record gate. Now, if you guys don't know what a gate means, it basically just means that the price of the ticket is so high that we have broke a record for record gate. Basically just means the money that came through that door that night. So if tickets prices are higher, that means that the gate is going to be higher. So when you hear these companies brag about these record gates all the time, it simply just means they're charging the average fan an absurd amount of money to attend a show. So I beg the question to all of you. Was it actually more affordable when Vince McMahon was running the show? Now, I don't even want to get started on these WrestleMania ticket prices because this could be a separate video in itself. But let's just pull up this graphic real quick and talk about the Section A on the floor. A floor price ticket is now $9,000. 400 level, which is the upper level. This is at Allegiant Stadium, by the way. So you're going to be really, really far from where the in-ring action is actually going to be. And that is now going to run you about $854. So you guys tell me in the comment section below if WWE was more affordable and for the actual fan when Vince was behind the show. Now, I'm not talking about Vince McMahon as a person right now, okay? I'm simply just talking about numbers. It does seem like they are definitely outpricing the average fan, especially for these premium events. WrestleMania is a 2-night event. They're charging that for both nights. Now, again, if you are kind of smart when you are purchasing tickets, you can always wait until, the day before the event or the night of the event to try to, scoop a ticket up or here and there. You could probably find them a little bit cheaper. But the point is, it's not going to get any cheaper from WWE and Ticketmaster themselves. They know how much they want to charge you, and they know exactly what they're doing as far as a business model. So I'm very curious to know your thoughts and opinions on the state of WWE with the fans, because I think this is a very important topic to cover because I don't see it getting any better anytime in the future. They are bigger than ever right now as far as maybe viewership and some other metrics. It is very hot right now. But at what cost to the fan? So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys want to, please like the video. Also subscribe to the channel because there's a ton more content to come. And also share the content if you guys have any following wrestling heads out there, because this channel will be filled with all wrestling content. Appreciate you guys for tuning in today. My name is Dylan, and I'm out. Peace.